Welcome friends to our fifth part of the tutorial. In this part of the tutorial, we would be talking about the structure of C program. It means that a program written in C language has a definite structure or arrangement of syntaxes. So let's start. Here you can see the general form of a C program. The first part is called the documentation section. They are optional. The second part is called the preprocessor statements. They are mandatory. The third part is called the global declarations. They are optional. The fourth part is the main function. They are mandatory. The fifth part is the body of the main function. The sixth part contains the user defined functions and they are optional. Now let's talk about each part of our C program briefly. Now let's start with the documentation section. The documentation section contains the information about the program like whose copyright on the source code and many other informations. This documentation section is always in the comment form, that is, when we would be compiling the program, it would not participate to form the program. In simple, we can say that the documentation section is present in the source code, but during the compilation of the programs, it would not affect the program a little or it would cause any changes to the program. In a nutshell, they are the uncompiled information. Now, let's talk about the preprocessor statements. The preprocessor statements always begins with the hash symbol and they instruct the compiler to include header files and symbolic constant. The preprocessor statements had been divided into two parts. The first one is the header file. The second one is the symbolic constant. The header files are the most important part of C. They have many predefined functions built inside them to perform certain tasks. They are mandatory also. And the second part is the symbolic constant, which are optional. Here we have a symbolic constant pi. Here hash defines a symbolic constant pi. If we use pi in any other part of our program, then it is being replaced by the value 3.14 and so on as written on the screen. Now let's talk about the global declaration section. These sections are optional and are defined before the main function and contains the variables and the user defined functions. We would be discussing about functions in later tutorials. The variables which are declared globally can be accessed from anywhere inside different functions or from any part of the program. Now let's talk about the fourth part, that is the main function. All the C programs execution starts with this main function. Just you need to know that all the important statements or the calling of functions start from this main function. Our C program would not work without this main function. It is mandatory. The fifth part contains the body of the main function. They are enclosed between left and right braces and are written inside the main function. The sixth part are written after the closing braces of the main function and they are the optional. They are the user defined functions. We would be talking about user defined functions in our later tutorials. So if you love our video, so like and share and do subscribe to our channel and stay tuned, and please pass your comment in form of feedback and help us grow. Thank you.